Hey guys, welcome back. BTC Care here. This is January 26th, 2023, and we're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. Quickly before we get into it...
one quick thing not Injustice.
Yeah, I want to say that Adios, the game that I talked about a little while ago extensively and how good it was, is free right now on the Epic Games Store. So, you should definitely, at the very least, check it out and...
For free!
Reserve your copy of it. See if it's something that would be interesting to you, because I think it is an incredible game. It's really, really wonderful, and it costs you $0 right now to play it.
Right.
So, go do that. But getting into the actual Injustice content, the current character challenge is Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. That is a 1-week repeat. There are no requirements at normal difficulty, like all Suicide Squad characters, and there's also only 9 fights on each ladder. And then you have the normal 12, 12, 12, 12, and 15 for Expert and Nightmare. And then on Expert and Nightmare difficulties, you have the requirements of Black Adam, Flash, and Raven, who are Silver, Bronze, and Challenge Gold, respectively. You also get the better rewards for the Suicide Squad characters.
For all levels, not just the higher levels, but the normal.
So that's a Silver Pack, a Gear Locker, and a Gold Pack, instead of Bronze Pack credits and then a Silver Pack.
Right.
So yeah, and... her passive is It's What We Do, which is Harley has an extra trick in her bag o' tricks. If Suicide Squad Deadshot is on your team, Dynamite turns to C4. If you have a Suicide Squad the Joker on your team, the Joker picture brings him in for an attack. She's got 1,250 attack and 1,450 health. Last available on the 31st of March, 2022.
Right. So she's got excellent high stats. I believe she has the highest combined stats of any Harley Quinn. Next best is Arkham Harley.
Yeah.
And so here's the interesting thing. Suicide Squad Harley is a great character to build a team around. Her special 2, all her passive revolves around her special 2. And if you look at it, if you think about it, that's just her special thing, then it's almost like she doesn't have passive. But man, her special 2 is so good.
Yeah.
Now, we did a video way before to show you how good she is. But now that I've been playing with her some more in anticipation of today's recap and next week's Q&A for footage, with a one minor adjustment, she is even better.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. Like all Harley Quinns, her special 2 is Bag of Tricks.
Yeah, so the 3 standard ones are Unblockable Bomb, Heal, and Damage Boost.
Yeah, and Unblockable Bomb is good. It's interesting because it's always unblockable, but the problem is that it's reduced damage for what it should be given her attack stat.
Yeah, so it's almost like it's getting a little bit blocked.
It's getting guaranteed of being blocked actually every time. And then in some characters that they can never have their block broken, like I think Blackest Night Superman, then it would be reduced even more.
Yeah.
So she'd be better just having the bomb and it's not unblockable with twice the damage. But not Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, she's better.
So her 4th trick.
Yeah. So she's got a 4th trick, which is to give power to her teammates. Mm-hmm. And she can also give splash damage, like it says in the description, on the bomb. If Suicide Squad Deadshot is a teammate, that's what the C4 means in her passive. But the Dynamite doesn't do any more damage to the opponent that's active, so it isn't as useful when your goal is really to knock out the opponent so that Tantu Totem gives you your power back. Yeah. Because that's sort of, in my mind, that's the ideal loadout with Harley Quinn. Yeah. Because she's got a couple of things that I won't call them attacks, a couple of events on her special 2 that don't do damage. She gets all her power back. She just gets to keep on doing it over and over.
Yeah, so then if you miss, there's a good chance you're getting your power back.
Right. So the real kicker in her passive is that if Suicide Squad Joker is on her team damage boost becomes an attack from Joker. Mm-hmm. And so the damage on Suicide Squad Harley Quinn's special 2 using Joker is based on Joker's damage stat, boosted by his passive, which is plus 10% per Suicide Squad teammate, and any of his gears that has an effect on his special 2.
Yeah, so what it basically does is let you load all of the abilities related to actually using a special itself onto Harley Quinn. Right? Like Tantu Totem for getting your power back. But then load all of the special 2 damage stuff on Joker. Right. And so you're getting the double dip. You have the equivalent of more than 3 gears being used on Harley's special 2. You're getting the benefit from more than 3 gears.
Yeah. And because of the way because the damage is calculated like this, it's best to increase his crit chance on special 2. So right now on our team, he is max augmented for crit chance, 50%. He's got Demon Blade, which is 30% plus boosted damage or special 2, and Kryptonic Rifle, which is a 30% crit chance, which guarantees a crit hit on Harley Quinn Special 2 if you pick Joker. Last slot on Joker is Lex Helmet to boost crit damage. I mean, Cloak of Destiny would also boost crit damage the same way, but the extra Cloak of Destiny effects aren't that useful. And there's more than enough damage without trying to boost the gears, boost Special 2 with gears, as opposed to boosting, doing something else like boosting the crit damage. That you can basically one-hit KO most opponents. And I mean, boosting crit damage is fun using Cloak of Destiny and Luxor Helmet together, but if it doesn't crit, the damage is less. So you could, it's one of those things where you could potentially do just way more damage, but if it doesn't crit, then you're doing a bunch less. And I think it's not worth the extra times that you would not one hit KO the opponent. So the damage needs to be based on something, of course, but to me, there's this disparity, and it's funny, right? So it's, when Joker comes in, it's a Special 1 animation with the gunshot. You're using Harley Quinn's Special 2. You're using 2 bars of her power. It is his damage stat as the base damage.
Not his Special 2 damage.
Right. And it's affected by his Special 2 modifiers. So
it's all over the place.
It's all over the place. And it was only with a bit of experimentation that we figured out and we were able to sort of optimize this. My biggest problem with Suicide Squad Harley Quinn is that because she's got 4 abilities instead of 3, and they cycle through one cycle at the same speed as the 3, I think. That they go through faster. So me with thick fingers is that I sometimes screw up and pick the wrong thing.
And you also don't want to, make your fights take that much longer, right? So if you're just sitting there, watching it go around and around and hoping to get the cycle right, you can, you're wasting your own time.
So, I mean, after a week of playing with this team, I'm getting better. And it's really just, as soon as I wait to actually see the flower, that I stick my finger down. The good thing is, out of the 4 options, 2 are no damage options. 1 is what you actually want. And if that happens and it works, Tantu Totem's giving you your power back. So the problem when you hit one of the no damage ones, though, is that there's a bit of time lag and you are open to getting hit. The only thing that's bad out of the 1 and 4 is the bomb, because you are doing a piddly amount of damage and you don't get your power back if it hits. But it's still way better than Zatanna when you cycle through her stuff and one of her attacks can stun herself. Which is pretty lame. So the interesting fact here is that Harley Quinn gets credit for the kills, but Joker gets credit for the damage. And in theory, if you don't use Joker in first slot, he will have 0 seconds in the fight, potentially, but do a massive amount of damage, making this the best damage per second loadout possible. So we have one before with like an actual one where flash foot damage was 0 seconds, so it was just that fast. Did 60,000 damage, but 500,000 damage in 0 seconds is even better.
And Harley Quinn can have probably the most knockouts with the least amount of damage if you set it up right too. She could probably have all KOs with 0 damage, I think, if you set it up and you're willing to be patient.
Not the way we loaded it though.
Not the way we've loaded it, but in general, I'm saying if you wanted to, just for like for the screenshot.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
So the minor tweak that makes this team amazing is Enchantress companion gear. We're going to talk about that more either next week in Q&A or have a separate video of this team, because I feel like this team is good enough that it's worth another just a gameplay video with a focus on what the strategy is and also what's happening on the screen, because those fights are spectacular. Like, they're just so much. It solves so many things, and it was sitting right in front of us the whole time.
So this is the 140th week of a repeating pattern that first appeared in May of 2020. That's 3 complete runs of a 43-week cycle and 11 weeks into our 4th cycle. Next week, we expect to see Dawn of Justice Superman. There are 23 challenge characters that are missing from that cycle, unfortunately. This week's multiplayer award is the mysterious artifact, which becomes the Iba Stick. And its effects when it's maxed out is a 30% damage boost to Special 1, a 30% damage boost to Special 2, plus 20% power generation, and a 10% damage over time added on specials. This one was last available on the 23rd of June 2022. We're 107 weeks into the pattern. That's 3 cycles of 31 rewards and 15 weeks into a new 4th cycle. Nothing missing from this cycle, unlike unlike challenge cycle. And next week we expect to see the brandished Ninjato gear.
Right. What can I say about this? This was as the kids say it, this is the OG game-changing legendary gear.
Yeah, it's the first good one.
Yes, because we pretend Batmobile never happened.
Yeah.
So damage over time as a percentage of the opponent's health is a change from before there were gears. Damage over time had mostly been a specials effect, which was low enough and it was set to the attacker's attack.
Yeah, so 10% of... And it's also not remaining health, it's total health.
Right.
Which is something that makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Great equalizer. It was one of the first gears to boost Special 1 and Special 2. And the power gen is perfectly in line with the need for whoever has the Ibistic to be doing specials. Yeah. So this was pre-Tanty Totem, pre-Master's Death Card. This gear was super.
It lets you punch way above your weight class, right? And so, in online matchmaking, unless you have a really unbalanced team, it's hard for that to make the same massive difference. But if you're playing single player modes like Survivor or just a story mode, you can really wail on some huge guys that are a lot better than you.
So we've got some fun demos from way before, but they're still relevant now and they're still fun now. Bronze characters taking out boss Arkham Origins Batman. So that's the Bronze Nightwing on his own. Bronze Catwoman doing all the damage, but she needs a meat shield to take some of the damage because she can't drain. And this was back in the day when Arkham Origins Batman, the boss Arkham Origins Batman, had the fight effect where passives were disabled, which is not the case anymore. And passives disabled, that's a hard fight.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised until you fight that. You maybe don't notice nearly as much how important passives are in the fight and how much you rely on them.
So there we go. Moving on to the store, we have the Dawn of Justice Superman pack for $24.99. All prices in Canadian. That's where we are. That's the price that matters to us. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't unlock in the store. It's a clue to what next week's challenge is going to be, right? It's our sort of second piece of evidence, that next week is going to be Dawn of Justice Superman. And it doesn't give you any credits. So that's, a pretty...
It's in stark contrast to last week's Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, which was the same price.
Yeah.
One character that was in the upcoming challenge, but she got 100,000 credits.
They're usually either this price with credits or a lower price with no credits.
Yeah, they should be a lower price with no credits.
Yeah. We also have the Femme Fatale pack for $24.99, and that comes with animated Harley, comes with Batgirl, and Wonder Woman 600. So that's, it's a good synergy, right?
It's a great synergy pack. I mean, back when you look at how characters now cost almost, like one promotion costs almost 500,000 sometimes.
Yeah.
This was 300,000 credits back when it was not money. For three characters, they were great together. They could be very useful as support characters on other teams. This was my favorite, maybe next to the Red Sun pack, this was my favorite pack.
Yeah. So we also have the Ultimate Bundle. It's not a great deal anymore is the problem, just because the money, right? Yeah. Real money makes it not a great deal. Anyways, we also have the Ultimate Bundle Bringers of Justice in its second week for $124.99 Canadian. And that's, 10 of the best heroes. Their words, not ours. Yeah. We probably don't need to go through them because we just did it last week. Yeah. Ultimate Bundle Villains and Monsters, again, $125. We went through that last week. Rebirth Jessica Cruz challenge pack has been around for 3 weeks.
That's a weird thing because usually challenge packs like that stay around for 2. So I don't know whether somebody's asleep at the wheel or whether we're just filming this a little bit too early.
Yeah. And then we've also got, in terms of stuff that's been around for a while now, some of these more than a year. Character Bundle Batman Universe, the Most Wanted pack, have both been around for more than a year. That's 60 and 67 weeks. And then the cycle of 300 Nth Metal packs.
They're all a year now.
This is the 1 year anniversary. I'm glad I missed last week, but not this week. Because the Shazam and Joker celebration packs are at their 52nd week, which is 1 complete year around the sun. And Aquaman, 54 weeks. He's been celebrating for even longer.
Yeah, and just to point out that the Shazam and Joker pack have a 1 in 20 chance of the metal versions or the metal skins that most people probably want.
Yeah. So there we go.
Phantom Zone, 1 more week.
Yeah.
Fight 62 still broken. Last weekend's breakthrough for golds was Lex Luthor, Batman, and Doomsday. This coming weekend is probably Bane, Killer Frost, and Ares based on the cycle that has been consistent since they added the final characters that were missing from the original breakthrough cycle.
Yeah.
And link in the description to a Reddit thread from Devlin16 that goes over the complete breakthrough cycle. Link in the description. Yeah. I already said that. I said that twice.
You did already say that.
So good you had to say it. I had to say it twice.
Yeah. So this is not the first week of the month, so we're not going to go through our whole sort of glitch spiel. The important thing is that the Fandom Zone reset works. The challenge reset works and has been tested on Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. And we mentioned these together because resetting one resets both. So, don't accidentally wipe your progress when you're most of the way through one just because you want to reset the other.
Okay.
There you go. And you can always access all the glitches that we currently think are working, tested and confirmed to the best of our knowledge on our glitch playlist.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is where we like to give a big shout out and thank you to our patrons on Patreon. That's Michael DeVries, Irvin Ruiz, Hoshi127, and Drew Chapman, who are supporting us on the credited level.
Yeah.
And all those other people that have supported us at one point during this pandemic.
Yeah. So thank you so much for your support, and thanks so much to all of you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.